In-N-Out's turnover is under 7% in California. McDonald's turnover is still over 40% for their regular shift employees. Why is it so drastic? Well, to start off with, the pay is about $3 an hour difference. Now, that doesn't sound like a crazy price point until you realize that the previous year, McDonald's turnover was over 80% in California until they went up to $20 an hour across the board. Now, they only did that because they couldn't keep people, they couldn't staff their restaurants, and they had to do something. They've done everything else they can to take away the people element of working, like putting the automatic order taker as you go in, you have to use a screen. So they eliminated as many human beings as possible, but they still had to have humans to make the food for now. So because of that, now their turnover is still at 40%. Well, how do you still go for a $3 an hour difference from 7% to over 40%? Well, at that price point, at the price point where you're talking around minimum wage price points for states, $3 an hour is a huge difference to that person's check and that person's livelihood. Now, if you or I who work in a corporate job get a $5,000 to $10,000 difference at a job, it's generally not enough to be able to go from one job to another, because by the time Uncle Sam gets his hands on it, it's a couple $100s a month, which may or may not actually make you more money depending on what it does to your commute and all the other factors that have to do with your schedule and your family. But to them, it is a giant difference, and it would have been a giant difference to me when I worked at McDonald's for 3 years when I was a teenager. So it's not like this is the only factor that exists out there. There's a lot of other problems that exist here. Number one, McDonald's is trying to get rid of people, and In-N-Out is the least automated process out of all of them. They've got a ton of high school and college kids working there. They do 4-hour shifts. They have super flexible schedules, and they actually have a path for people to be able to make really good money. Like if you become an In-N-Out store manager, that's a $160,000 job that does not require a degree. What else is different? Okay, McDonald's is publicly owned, and they've also got franchisees everywhere. That means the quality is going to be all up and down depending on how franchisees run the restaurants. In-N-Out is owned by one family, privately. They don't care what the market does. They're there to open restaurants only when they can open them perfectly. And let's talk about the openings and what that difference is. So In-N-Out never opens a single restaurant without having the first month of the staff be half from other restaurants. So you've got half the staff they take from other restaurants and put it in that new location for a month. Why are they doing that? Training and development of the new staff. So every process, every time they make fries, burgers, shakes, it's going to be a